Hi there, my name is Megan and welcome to my BookTube channel. This is my first ever YouTube BookTube video and I am super pumped to be sharing it with you guys. So I figured I would start off my first video with the BookTube Newbie Tag to answer a couple of questions to help you to get to know me a little bit better and what my BookTube channel is going to be all about. So I have them written down here, so I'm going to be looking over at them, so just excuse me if my eyes kind of flit to the side. All right, so question number one, why did I start this channel? I started this channel, I think, obviously the same reason everybody does is because I absolutely love books. I have loved them ever since I can remember. I've been a reader ever since I can remember. And I just want to be able to grow my library, to reach out and talk to people who share my interest because I don't really know a lot of people that share my same enthusiasm for books and reading as I do. And it's nice to be a part of a community that does that and you get to learn and chat and discuss and share and it's fabulous. So I'm really hoping to get to do that here on BookTube. Question number two, what can I bring to the BookTube community? Well, I'm going to be a little honest here. I feel that I am probably a little bit older than your average booktuber, so I feel like I might bring a more objective viewpoint to certain books. I might be a little bit more critical or even a little bit more open to reading different things because I am a little bit older than most of the booktubers that even I watch. All right, question number three, what am I most excited for? Just being able to experience new authors, new books, just discussing them and meeting people who absolutely share my passion. I'm super excited for that. Question number four, why do you love reading? For me, reading is just a way to escape into my own fantasy world where characters are nearer and dearer than even those in real life sometimes. Additionally, I think that reading, writing, literature in general is kind of becoming a lost art, and it just amazes me to be able to read a piece of literature from the BC era and be able to see myself in those characters and recognize that the human nature really hasn't changed that much over the thousands of years that we've been on Earth, and there's a great comfort and a great awe that inspires in me. So I think that is absolutely why I love reading. All right, number five, what series got me into reading? My earliest memories are of Dr. Seuss. I think I collected almost all of Dr. Seuss's books at one point or another. And then I moved on to Goosebumps by R.L. Stine. At one time I had an entire bookcase of R.L. Stine. Then I went on to Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my heart and joy. I started reading him when I was in the 7th grade. A friend of mine was reading them and she's like, hey, you really have to read this book series. And she lent me the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets and I was hooked and have been ever since. And then I went on to Lord of the Rings and became a huge Lord of the Rings Tolkien fan. So you can kind of see fantasy as a big genre of mine. But all of those series were instrumental in changing the way that I viewed books and literature. All right, number six, what challenges do you see yourself facing while having a booktube? Quite honestly, time. You know, I try to read as much as I can, but I do have a full-time job and I have cats that are crawling all over me while I'm trying to do my video. This is Tyler. I have 3 cats and I'm sure you'll probably see them at one point or another. But just time, making time for reading. I also write on the side. And like I said, having a full-time job and a household and all of that. I think that would be my biggest challenge, but I'm do my best to push through it. All right, question number 7, where do I read? I usually read on the couch in the living room, curled up with a blanket and a cup of coffee. That is a typical evening night for me. Absolutely love it. I look forward to coming home from work and just relaxing, kicking off my shoes, grabbing my coffee, and sitting down with a good book. All right, and question number 8, which I'm sure is probably the question that everybody is curious to know, but what types of books do I read? Well, I feel like I'm a very versatile reader, but at the same time, I feel that I'm not. So I would have to say I read a lot of adult fantasy. I read adult science fiction, then of course young adult sci-fi and young adult fantasy I'm a huge fan of. I also am trying to brush up on my classics to get myself familiar with those stories. I think that we have a lot to learn from classics. They're classics for a reason. I occasionally will pick up a contemporary, and I will occasionally pick up just regular adult fiction. Historical fiction I do like also. I'm very interested in time periods that take place during World War II, World War I, as well as the Victorian era, medieval England, medieval Europe, the Renaissance, all of that I'm very interested in. There are certain books that I will not read. I am not a huge fan of murder mysteries or anything that has to do with violence or gratuitous violence. I feel like those are things that happen in real life every day. And when I read, it's my escape, and I don't want to read and be depressed and sad because one of my best characters just got murdered. So those are the types of books that I read, but I will never say no to anything. I'm open to everything. But I just absolutely love literature and reading and writing. It is my pride and joy. So I really, really hope to get to know a lot of you in the community, and I really hope to have some awesome discussions about new books and some old books, as well as hear suggestions about things that I could be reading or things that I should add to my book hauls and to be reads and things like that. And I look forward to getting to know all of you. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.